निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं, दैवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया, भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय श्री गुरुदेव की जय, जगत गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, श्री निताई गौर चंद्र प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। परम विजयते श्री कृष्ण संकीर्तन महायज्ञ की जय। Hare Krishna. So, okay, wonderful devotees now. If you can switch on your cameras, please, so we can see your moon-like faces. Thank you very much. That's wonderful. Okay. So, today we all are meeting and we are discussing probably one of the very important program in our preaching, Hare Krishna weekend preaching, which is on the topic that how have I benefited by practically implementing the knowledge of Krishna consciousness learned in the Hare Krishna weekend programs in my life. So I wanted to ask a question to all of you. What is the difference between knowledge and wisdom? Don't Google it. You'll not find the answer there. Because I got my own answer. You see, we've got our own answers, okay? So don't try and search Google. So tell us, what is the difference between knowledge and wisdom? Who would like to go, please? So practically all answers are right in this. But at the same time, there is something which is very close, so let's hear what is. Nobody answering? I thought everybody would jump up and answer,
Hare
immediately.
Krishna. Hare Krishna, Babuji.
Yes.
Should I answer?
Yeah, everybody, it's open to
Yeah.
everyone. I mean, yeah, you must
Yes.
have heard from me before, but doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yes,
It's fine.
Prabhuji.
Then hold
Yeah.
on. Then
Yeah.
hold on.
Yeah, that's what I asked, Prabhuji.
Yeah, that's right. Good on you for asking.
Yes.
All right, let's hear then. Basically,
Hare Krishna.
yes, Hare Krishna. Yes, Padma Prabhu, let's tell me.
So I think knowledge is something that we gain, like we read something, we hear some information from somebody. Knowledge is information, and if we use that knowledge in knowing what's right and wrong, what's good and bad, uh, so I think that application is wisdom.
Very good. Very good. Applicate, how would you apply? How do you apply what is right, what is wrong?
Based on the information that I have. Or like there, for example, if there is some rule book and it is saying that you should do this, you should not do this. And
Hmm.
if I'm applying that in my life, that I should do this and I should not do this.
Hmm. So there is wisdom.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, who would like to go? Thank you very much. Very good. Who'd like to go next, please? Yes, Siddhar Prabhu, Hare Krishna. What do you think? Okay, Namrata Mataji, Hare Krishna. What do you think the difference between knowledge and wisdom is?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Sorry, Prabhuji, I was just driving. So
Okay.
from my
Then if you remember what I had said, then don't give the answer. If you don't, then it's fine, please. Because we had extensive discussions on leaders program on this.
I do not actually properly recall what was the discussion, but
You may recollect the discussion. Okay. The outcome may be the same, but anyway, yep.
you want me to go ahead? Or?
Is your camera on? Yeah, just go ahead, no problem. Is your camera on, or I can't see you?
Just a minute, Prabhuji. I'm still setting up.
Okay, let your wife say then.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Haribol.
The knowledge is Prabhuji, knowledge that we actually, we study and gain the knowledge, by studying Bhagavad Gita, by listening to devotees. So knowledge is actually quite theoretical. So when wisdom is, from my experience, wisdom is something that is actually obtained after the lot of actually, implementation of the knowledge and actually the experience and the mistake that we do. So it's a more of actually, it's a experience project. Actually, the wisdom is actually built up on the experience of what we implement in our life. Mostly, actually, if we commit mistakes, then we learn a lot of lessons out.
So we should commit a lot of mistakes to be wise.
We do.
Yes.
It's quite natural for the human. Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
To make mistakes is being human.
Yes.
Very good. Your health is all right?
I'm still recovering, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good to hear. Yes, Namrata Mataji, please. Just hear you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Haribol, we can't hear you.
So, Prabhuji, the knowledge is what we
can't see you as well.
Gain from learning the books or from someone's experience. Prabhuji, I didn't turn on the video. I'm a bit sick.
Oh, you're also sick? Oh, it's transferring to the family?
Yes,
Oh,
Prabhuji.
no.
Yeah, sorry, Prabhuji. I can't.
That's okay. That's fine. If you can't speak, that's fine. Well, you can hear us.
That's
No
fine.
problem.
I'll try, Prabhuji.
Okay.
The knowledge is, Prabhuji, what we get it from the books and from the experienced person or the one who teaches us. The wisdom is like whatever we have the knowledge, we are using it wisely. We have the knowledge that I think Prabhuji, that is the wisdom. Hare Krishna.
Okay, Haribol. Who else like to say? Thank you. What is the difference between knowledge and wisdom? Pause, Prabhu.
Krishna, Prabhu, thank you. I would like to give examples,
You
analogies.
all want invitation, is it? You all want invitation. Please come and share your knowledge. Please. We are eager for this. Wow. Something like this, all of you want each time? So I can put an AI for me, you can say, tap on you, tap and you speak now. You can do all those things. You want to do that? Yes, no? Yes. We're teaching you, what is it? I don't want to become a school master, Now you. Yes. Tell, what is the difference between knowledge and wisdom?
Yes, Prabhu. I had 3 short examples that I would like to give in this context. One is knowledge means just analogies. Knowledge could be like knowing that there are dots, and wisdom is knowing how to connect them. Number one. Number two is knowledge is knowing what to say. Wisdom means knowing when to say it. And the last example is knowledge is more about learning, and wisdom is more about living it. So that's what I would say.
Wonderful. Very nice. So what is the difference between knowledge and learning and wisdom, please?
So the
If you know there's a
fact
dot, how to connect them is wisdom. So how do you know how to connect them?
by living the knowledge that you've by practically implementing the knowledge that you've gained. So that's how you know, by making mistakes and then learning, course correcting, having a feedback, and then
And who will give you
moving.
feedback?
The feedback should be given by someone who has already gone through that path.
Hmm. You think so? Feedback can be given by anybody.
Yeah, it can be given, but the difference comes that if a feedback is given by a person who's already traversed that path, that feedback has more weightage instead of a random person saying
So
that.
if you're walking a path, why do you need somebody else to tell you what the path is? If you already been through the path, you know what is, where the turn is, and where to stop. Where you don't stop, you fall down.
Yeah, but often sometimes life is not that predictable, right? And the path is not that predictable. And there can be some we know that okay, this is the pothole and this is this, but maybe there are some random events like a snake comes in, or some other rain happens and the pothole is filled, or something else, and you don't know how to deal with the situation because you have the knowledge but you haven't practically applied the knowledge. So that experience is not with you, so somebody who
So
has that experience can correct you. Yeah.
so what is wisdom?
Wisdom is knowing how to apply the knowledge that you have. Okay, so you know that there is a pothole, but a normal
How will you
person
know?
could say
How will you know how to apply?
how to apply is when you actually go, like for example, I know that there is a pothole, and from my knowledge I also know that I should avoid potholes, right? And I go reach the pothole, and my first instinct is my knowledge says that avoid the pothole. But then when I am trying to avoid the pothole, there is a snake next to it. Now my knowledge is like, okay, I should also avoid the snake and I should also avoid the pothole. Now I'm stuck. What to do? But wisdom tells me that, uh, you know, instead of
So
what you
what is
saying,
wisdom?
dodging,
What is wisdom telling you? What is wisdom?
so wisdom is connecting the knowledge dots, the many knowledge dots
So
that you have. Trying to
how do you do that? Somebody can connect, somebody cannot connect. So what is the difference between the two?
as in,
Somebody can connect the dots,
yeah,
somebody is able to connect the dots, and somebody is not able to connect the dots. So what's the difference between the two?
the person who's able to connect the dots, he has a more practical, a more realistic experience of what he's to do.
So what is wisdom then? If he has got more practical experience as compared to other person, so what is wisdom?
Practical experience of things, that is
Yeah, go. Don't complicate things. It's very simple. Correct, you're right. Practical
prac- practical experience
of
things,
knowledge,
of knowledge,
what
of
you have
knowledge,
learned.
practical.
When you
Yes,
implement
yes.
what you have learned, you will say, this is working, this is not working.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, a wise man once told me, what does it mean? He has seen through it. He's got experience, he's got some knowledge also, which I don't have. So difference between knowledge and wisdom is this, that wisdom, knowledge, everybody can get knowledge. You study, you can get knowledge, but you may not get knowledge. That is up to you. But most of you can get some knowledge. But wise person is that person who can implement it and see what is benefit, what is not benefit. If you implement it this way, what is benefit, what is not, that way is not benefit. Simple as that. So keep it very simple. Okay. Most of the best most of the intelligent, most of the best answers, most of the wisdom is basically common sense. It's not too complicated. If 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, it cannot be 3. Correct? But if somebody is making you 3, you say, something is wrong here. It's too good to be true. I know it. I know it. I've been fooled once. Yeah. But who's not, we say, wow, you give me 1 rupee, I'll give you 10 rupees back. This is great, man. I want to do it. So he gives 1 rupee, he doesn't get 1 rupee back. He says, what's happening here? Because no, my mistake, it happened. So okay, it's a mistake. So give me again 1 rupee. After 3 days, he says, okay, he gives you again 1 rupee. And again doesn't give it back. He said, what is this going on? He said, no, again a mistake. Please give me 1 more. So 1. So like this, he does it all the time. See? And he loses. After that, he says, it's 1 rupee is equal to 10 rupee is not good knowledge. It doesn't make sense. It's not been wise to give 1 rupee. But you can, if somebody says, if you give 1 rupee, you can return of 5 rupees, that is wise. You can try it. No, that is foolishness. You understand this? This is wisdom. That's it. And the most intelligent, wise person is that person who learns from others' mistakes. So you make the mistake and I learn from you. He is very clever. And he doesn't have 2 horns on his head. Neither is he a very well-educated person. He's just street smart, who may look very dumb, but is very clever. Let others make the mistake. Why are you worried? It'll come to you. No problem. And that is why what is destined to you will come to you. That doesn't mean you should not try, but that means you should not over try. So wisdom. So Shushti Mataji, tell us what is the difference between wisdom and knowledge?
Wisdom is getting the knowledge, and applying the knowledge is knowledge is getting all the information, and wisdom is applying that knowledge
And learning from it.
and learning from it.
And keeping an eyes and ears open and learn from others' mistakes also. At the same time, learn from others' advantages also. This is the pothole. If somebody has gone this way, then you said something must have happened there. You're going this way. Then I'll not go straight. I'll find out what's going on. I'll go that way. Big difference. Anyone who follows me, I spend a lot of time. Most of our experience tells me that people are not very wise. Excuse me, don't get me wrong. Please forgive me. I didn't mean to say otherwise. But generally speaking, most of the time we try and make people wise. And people don't like to be made wise. They are happy to be dumb. They're happy to be foolish. I've got a lot of examples of it. That's why Sita Prabhu, Sanjeev Prabhu, Avinash Prabhu, Saraswati Mataji, they may remember this point. I said, if anything I've kept somewhere, someplace, there's a reason for it. Don't change it. Do you remember Sanjeev Prabhu? Me saying this?
Yes, Prabhuji. The particular way. And yes, yeah, I remember that clearly.
Otherwise, we had a situation where I keep somewhere and somebody says, no, I don't think this is right, and he changes it. I'll tell you one perfect example of this, okay? We had a program, and I was doing too many things very initially, So guest was coming, we're doing program, and we were keeping an outside program, and it was summertime, and there were some mosquitoes there. So I brought a mosquito repellent and outside, and you can burn it and you can keep it. So I'd kept it in the middle. People were sitting, there was space, I kept it in the middle. When the devotees used to come to our program, boy, they spent a lot of my energy, man. I tried to make them into wise, but never happened. And I knew he will do this. I know he'll be the only person to do it. He picked it up and kept it on the side. I moved away to do some other work. When I came back, it was gone. He kept it on the side. I said, did you keep it? He said, yes. I said, why? Because it's kept in the middle. I said, there's a reason why I kept in the middle. Because then if I keep in the middle, mosquitoes will not disturb other people. You know, I knew who is the person, who will do, why I will do. So this is how, if we are preaching, we should know. We don't judge anybody. But if you are really, really a good servant, then we'll know the advantage and disadvantage of somebody. And you will work on the disadvantage and you promote their advantage. This is how we learn in preaching. And our business is preaching. Okay, so knowledge and wisdom. All right. So that is the topic of today, basically, whereby we want to hear. I pray to Guru Maharaj, we pray to Guru Maharaj every day that we are trying to preach the message of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada is the fountainhead of knowledge for all of us. The mercy of Srila Prabhupada purifies everybody. Srila Gurudev got purified, and now it is Srila Gurudev's mercy which is purifying all of us. And it is Srila Gurudev's service to Srila Prabhupada in a particular mood that we are trying to teach and share. This Hare Krishna WECAN program. Knowledge of Prabhupada only, but the mood of Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj. So, when we experience the presence of Maharaj in our life, that means we are doing something good and tutors are doing something good. But if we don't, that doesn't mean tutors are doing something wrong. No, it's we are doing something wrong. Okay. They were doing right. But this mood of following of Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj's mood in serving Srila Prabhupada is the best, is the most important thing. So we work in a particular mood, honesty, transparency, doing our best. This may be very old fashioned. This may be people don't give much value, but actually they take shelter of these things only. They take shelter of these things. All these big corporate people, business people, they take shelter of this only. Nothing else. Okay. So who would like to start about what knowledge they have gained in their journey in Krishna consciousness, gained through Krishna consciousness in Hare Krishna WECAN? That knowledge has helped them in their lives by practically implementing and become wise. So we can say, yeah, I was used to be very aggressive, very hot-headed. Now I'm not hot-headed. That's fine. But let's give us something more concrete. That's why I gave more information, more time to all of you, All of us can prepare for it and give nice realizations. So please, let's hear. Who would like to go first? Thank you. And I'll share mine also,
Hare Krishna Babuji. I will start.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. You always do.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, His Grace Ambrish Prabhu, Her Grace Purna Pragya Devidasi Mataji, and His Grace Krishna Prabhu for organizing this class, these programs. They are just the topic of today anyway. It's life-changing. These programs are life-changing. It's transforming the life. And that's what happened to me. And as Prabhuji nicely spoken before, knowledge and wisdom. And so but I wanna share that first of all that my life have become simple. So how that I have found a goal in life, because I remember when I came in contact with His Grace Ambrish Prabhu and Hare Krishna WECAN devotees, I was in mess. I was very much in mess, materially as well and spiritually as well. So, and as I said, that following the process that I I learned, and Prabhuji very nicely spent time, and he always spent time, not just on me, for everybody. And the mood of Guru Maharaj that Amrish Prabhu was talking about before. So that is, I feel very fortunate. I never met physically Guru Maharaj, but this is a miracle that we still feel the presence of Guru Maharaj in our life. He's with us, he's no matter where we live and where we go. So it's like, it's a faith, it's a deep faith rooted in us now. And so and all credit goes to Amrish Prabhu for carrying that mood and teaching that mood, because that is very hard thing, because contamination because of the material world it's very easily happen, like the contamination comes. But I can, because I hear Guru Maharaj's lectures also, and the knowledge we gaining, and the topic here today is the practically implementation of this knowledge. So what we learned from Hare Krishna weekend programs, this is a practical aspect of implementation of this knowledge. And yeah, so the clarity in life. So that's what first of all, I gain the clarity. So what is my goal, and what is no complication. So, and Hare Krishna weekend, as I said, that is follow the Guru Maharaj's mood in practical way. And Guru Maharaj is known for practical implementation of Srimad Bhagavatam. He's working Bhagavatam anyway, but his particular mood is very he showed us practically. Srila Prabhupada also showed us practically, because they are acharyas, are acharyas, so showing by their acharams. But yeah, so this uncontaminated mercy of Guru Maharaj that I have received, my family received, and that's why we feel very much sheltered and feeling this, and we having this experience. And another thing on my children, on my family. So Guru Maharaj is very fond of children. He was very affectionate towards children, and he given particular instructions about children as well. And the children learning and reciting the verses, and they're learning the knowledge and parampara. So that is something that you can't get it from somewhere. So you have to be in that following situation, because a lot of people follow different cults or different paths in India. I have experience in my family as well, but their gurus or their thing, they fall down. Like they fall down can happen anyway, because it's a material world, but they feel cheated. And then because it's different, what you say, it's a different different parampara. You can't tell it's parampara, because it's only 4 Vaishnava paramparas, but people feel cheated because of those fall downs. But here, honesty, as Prabhuji said, that honesty, I felt very much that all the devotees in Hare Krishna weekend, we are in, it is very much the first thing, the honesty and sincerity. So because of that, it's a certain degree of purity also maintained. And this purity changes, it touches the heart. The amount of love and affection I have received is changed my life. So this is a practical thing. It's a tangible thing, because otherwise, just knowledge, just reading, you can watch it on internet or anywhere, but practical implementation, that's what changes our lives. So I have received all this, and I'm very, very much grateful to all the devotees in Hare Krishna weekend, and especially Prabhuji. So I have learned this service. So I try to follow the instructions very sincerely. And another point was that when we focus, we are clear. So and it's less anxiety. So because we are not complicated. Yes, of course, we have to maintain family, children, their education, health problems, everything is there. But because we are focused, or we are anchored in our sadhana, and Guru Maharaj is always, because of the mellows that Prabhuji used to share now, and we have calendar of Guru Maharaj. So every day we read those mellows, and those mellows are so clear. So they give like a dose every day. So we read it. So we are focused on our sadhana. Guru Maharaj said that what we have, we need, but we don't need those things, but we don't require. So this is so simple. It's make us simple. So these sort of mellows that we read every day, and those punches, so that's changed my life. So it's so many other things also, but the practical implementation is the key that made us wise, as Prabhuji talked about before. So wisdom is a digested knowledge, as I heard before from Prabhuji. So it's a digested knowledge. So it's already been digested by Guru Maharaj or senior devotees, and we just try to implement in our life. And yes, Prabhuji. So that's what I want to share. And thank you very much. I just very grateful for tolerating me and giving me training. So many. Otherwise, I would be. I don't know. Where I would be. So Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Sanjeev Prabhu, for your kind words. Yes, but we don't want this to become a program of our glorification, me, my wife, and my son. Yes, we appreciate your feelings, and we also reciprocate the same from all of you. What we really want to hear is that when did you implement it, and what did you experience? I'll tell you about my story, my realization here. Let me give my points here. It's a story. I have to give you some background also about this. Okay. So many moons ago, even before I was preaching, before I became a devotee, I'm not a very tough nut to crack, So I had to, people said you must chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, can do all of things. I said, let me try it. So twice in my life, I tried it. And both the times it worked miracles. So I'll share one example. I used to work as a very young man in my 23, 24 years. I was vice president of a company. And it was a courier company. So courier company is very human oriented. A lot of people work for you, delivering, pickup, and all those things. An average one parcel, a packet would transfer 40 hands before it reaches from the person who sent to the person who receives. Some calculations were done. So I remember we had a case where they'd gone on strike. It's a big story, but you know the story how I came to Krishna consciousness. But that's a part. I'll just carve out only this part. So what had happened was that I told the management, at that level you are in the management. So don't trust these guys. They say I had left the company and I joined back. So the staff had a lot of respect for me even at that young age. So they're saying now, give us more salary now that Ambrish has also come, Ambrish has come, etc., etc. So they were on strike, and then they withdrew the strike, And I told my bosses then, MD, director, I said, don't trust them. You cannot. They've not given a valid reason why they're doing it and why they're withdrawing it. Just I've come back is not a good reason. So they said, no, I've got personal relationship with all these boys, the staff, delivery boys and all that, So I cannot do this. You're wrong. We'll get back. Let's let them come back and all. Let's start this thing and all. And I'd worked very hard to get other replacement boys, you know. So they were gone, replacement people were gone. And these people were there, you know. As I had predicted, the very next day, they went back on strike again because they saw those people who were working, replaced them, they were gone now. So they were on strike again. So I went in rage and told my director, see, I told you. He said, yes, you're right, Ankush. I said, this is not an answer, you're right. You know, you should think with intelligence. I was 24 years old. These guys were so old, you know. So anyway, to move a bit fast, it's a background story before I come to the point. So I went to that place where the branch where they were striking, all of them had come. So what happened is that the loads, you know, the freight would come from the airport and they are collected at the branch near the airport, and from there it is distributed, you know, hub and spoke distribution. So they stopped it. They would not allow you to take the load, the consignments, and it's all done. It was chaos. All staff was there. The directors went there. They couldn't do anything. And I reached there, you know, and I was in rage. I was in absolute rage. I waited for some time, tried to make some understanding them. They said no. And then I went on a rage. I said, you people, what we do not do, give to you. We give everything to you. This is how you treat us. One way you shook hands with us, the next day you again go on strike. And people are not there. Is this human? What is it? You know, what do you think? Who do you think you are? So that whole big hundreds of them, I was only one roaring in the middle of them. I went through them, tearing them apart, spoke to their leaders. I said, I'm going to teach you a lesson. So I'm going to teach you a lesson now. So I took my manager, I said, come with me. I was much older than me. I said, come with me, let's go. We're going to the police station now. And nobody had gone like this to the police station. You know, the first one. I said, let's go. And I was raging. Everybody was, they know once I rage, it's very difficult. You know? At the time, I'm very different now. So I sat on the auto to take us to the police station. It was a 10-minute ride, auto station, from our place to. For some reason, the auto driver, he did not know what was going on. He was only talking to me, saying, sir, you're very kind. Your people are giving a job to everybody. Please calm down. Give them an opportunity. These people are foolish people. Don't be angry. All this. For 10 minutes, he continuously said this. He has no business to speak. You know, auto people don't speak generally, you know. And my manager was looking at me, looking at him. He said, why is he talking to you? I said, I do not know. He was constantly telling me this for 10 minutes. Please, 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 don't do anything rash to these people. Be very kind to these people, etc., etc. I was chanting, you know. Went to the police station and I told them, I said, I'll lay a complaint against the staff. They're holding our consignments, etc. I'd lay a complaint. So this is the background, right? And it blew up. The union leaders would come, and their union leader in India, they've got bodyguards, you know. They are affiliated to political parties. So these were some very big political party in Mumbai. Very strong. They were in power also. And the union leader, he comes with 4 bodyguards, 5 bodyguards, all carrying machine guns and talk to you. How will you talk to this person? He comes with 5 bodyguards, man, with machine guns, and they all are 6 foot, 7 foot people, you know. And he says, yeah, what? This is how they speak, man. Your MBA degree goes out of the window, you know, dealing with them. So something happened there. It was a day or two. I said, no problem, Krishna will protect you. I did not know much about Krishna chanting and all that. I was a chant, and we got to know that the police, we had some connection to some political thing, you know, that it connected. They said, go for a meeting. And the police said, let's call for a meeting for the management and the union leaders. Come to a police station. Now, cops don't do such things. So the head of the police station called the big union leader also and the management also to come for the meeting. And we were all ready to go. And we decided as a strategy that I should be not coming to the meeting. I should be staying back in the office. And they will go for the meeting. So any decision they have to take, they say, we'll talk to him. Only if it is okay, then we'll talk to you. said, okay. So they went for the meeting, and believe me, I chanted. We did not know which way the meeting would go. And I was, for that 1 hour, 2 hours, I was in the office alone. There was some staff who were not on strike, admin staff. They saw me, and I was pacing from one end to the other end. I was chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Pacing, and chanting. Very focused chanting. One of the best chantings I've done, And about 2 hours later on, I mean, it was disaster. They would have said, we are leaving. They said, something miracle happened, They said the cops called us, and the manager, the union leader wanted to do some drama there, So he put him into place. There's nothing doing. Sit down properly. This is not your union thing. This police station. This guy took authority there, and said, no, sit down and find solution right now. You're getting this, you're getting that. Stop this strike right now. And they stopped the strike. So in 2 hours, they told me to say, boss, the strike is finished. No problem. Everything is back. And the police guy was the main person who did all this, decision making. It's unheard of unless you give them money or whatever. Now, I had a very different experience. And this police guy was also, he was some 6.5 foot. His forearm was this big, man. He was so strong, So I saw this is chanting. And only chanting helped. Hare Krishna Mahamantra helped that I saw it practically. And since then, I have deep faith in chanting the holy name. So even when the programs were do at our homes, I would never sleep without chanting being done. Full stop. Same thing my son picked up. He does the same thing. No compromise. This is where I practically saw. And this is not even program were far away. Program started in New Zealand. This was in India. And I had not even thought about coming to New Zealand. We came much later on. I was 23 and a half, 24 and a half, so I don't know, somewhere that age. And that's when one of the two occasions where I tested, T-E-S-T-E-D, tested the chanting, and it helped miracle. It was completely miracle. This doesn't work. It doesn't happen like this. It happened. And that's why I got the taste of chanting, T-A-S-T. So this is my example about how practically implementing Krishna consciousness in my life has helped me. Hare Krishna WECAN came later on, but he was there with us in some way, shape, and form. Hare Krishna. Hope this gives you some impetus to think practically. So yes, who would like to go next? Please feel free. Thank you. And please keep it to this. Glorifying Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj is the best, Keep it to that. I very much appreciate you glorifying us. Thank you very much. We glorify you too in return. But Sankirtan Mahayagna is to be glorified. So yes, who would like to go next now? Hare Krishna. Please share your practical experience. Okay, you want me to ask for you? I can do that, no problem. It's up to you. Ten more seconds, please.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for organizing this program, and thank you, His Grace Krishna Samarpan Krishna Prabhu. for managing all the work. And thank you, Prabhuji, for giving us this opportunity to share our practical implementation examples and realizations. So, so I have benefited by practically implementing the knowledge of Krishna consciousness learned in the Hare Krishna WECAN program in my life by changing the perspective of my life. And this, as we know that we've been practicing this, whatever we have learned through the program, through the devotees, we have been practicing this for many years. And this lifestyle gave me a certain feeling and a deep sense of trust. Through this discipline, we have attained, and through the practice every day. And now the day of my life doesn't complete with our day-to-day, without this day-to-day devotional service. And if we are not engaged, if we are engaged in some other sense gratification and material enjoyments, then I feel like we are missing out on something. And the taste of the sense gratification has changed drastically. And it made me feel a completely different person than I was before. And it helped me a lot to take me away from that dust and the dirt of the material and political world. Because if we keep ourselves engaged with the mundane matters and with mundane talks, we definitely have the influence of all those things. But I just try to listen and do something which try to, like, where I feel like I just purify myself, because definitely, although after doing all this, we still have so many impurities. We are still working on that. And it's definitely a day-to-day process. And it is like, I realized that this, the way Srila Prabhupada taught us, how there is so many things in this path to do. Like, you just start your day with the Aarti. I don't think that there is, because I have seen, like, back in my family and so many other religions and other gurus who have, like, given their devotees the initiation, and the way what they do and the way what we have learned from Srila Prabhupada. It's a complete different and very much practical. And it just encourages, it just, we can say, like, kind of force. It's very forceful that we have to implement this, and it definitely changes the way we are, living our life ordinary. So, yes, so this helped me a lot. And also, apart from that, I learned a lot of tips and tricks of the cooking from Mataji's. And we know that we have a website. Whenever we just feel like, we don't know what to cook, there is so many other recipes on that. So, and also beneficial for the children as well. Because when I find that if we encourage them properly, then they are happily engaged and enjoy the devotional service, like singing in the Aarti and chanting, and which helps them to calm down. And that's like being parent, that's all we want, that we can make our children satisfied from inside and can calm them down, like internally. Because at the moment, I have seen in my friend circle, in relations, that it's very hard, because there are so many distractions for children and there is so much happening around them. And if we say toys, we cartoon and everything, there is a lot of choice for them. And more we expose them towards all that, more they get more very much dissatisfied and very much demanding from inside. But that's the only way I realize that we can make them feel satisfied from inside. And this definitely we can see in them. So yeah, this is a regular and ongoing process which we have to force ourselves and encourage ourselves, and same way our children as well. If we keep on purifying and keep on feeling, keep this feeling in our heart, and so that we feel like, yes, we are improving ourselves and we are purifying ourselves. So that way it helped me a lot. This, the learning from our Hare Krishna weekend, because apart from that, I have no other engagements. I mean, for this path, like what Srila Prabhupada taught us. So that was the only way, and that was the only path where I have learned everything from Mataji's, the chanting, the cooking, the aarti, the everything. So we are still not very much perfect in everything, but we are trying. And this is, even now, this after the COVID, this online programs is such a great help, that at least we can, attend and listen and be part of this. And then you don't feel like you are missing out going somewhere or meeting other people. So it is always very satisfying. So that's all that's all. That's how it's, like I'm implementing this in my life. And that's how I can't change anybody else. That's how I'm trying to change myself day to day with this day-to-day service. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. That's Hare Krishna.
Okay, thank you very much, Mataji. Haribol. Yes, so who would like to go next? I want to hear some stories, some practical things which you implemented this in your life and it has changed it. It has helped you. And it could be, your tutors are there, they're learning from them all the time. So anywhere where you learned and by implementing it, what did you learn? Become wise. So what is it?
Hare Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Mother, Haribol.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Amish Prabhuji. Thank you, Punapaja Devidas Mataji. Thank you, Krishna Prabhu, for giving me this opportunity to share my realization. There are two practical examples. The first example is regarding the vegetarian food. Previously, when I was not a part of WECAN Hare Krishna Consciousness group, before that, whenever my colleagues in the office, they used to ask me regarding why you eat vegetarian food, I was so much confused. I used to give a scientific example, but they were not getting convinced out of where is you are googling it and telling it. But now I can give example. Now the day before, I was just sharing this to Avinash Prabhuji, that now I have something to speak, and he was telling me this is how you can go with the preaching activities. This is how you are preaching the people. And now I can give example that your teeth is not designed to eat the food you are eating. The second thing, the onion and garlic also, I'm telling them with the example that if you're eating onion and garlic food, it is a mode of ignorance. And always when you are in mode of ignorance, you'll not be able to concentrate properly in your own stuff, and that is why you are always lazy, and that is why you are not able to perform well and you are not getting the proper ratings. But this previous examples I used to give, like they were not getting convinced. But now some or the other times they're not able to speak with me, and next time they used to say like, she doesn't know it. Before this, they used to she's not able to convince us, but now I'm able to convince them, and they are far away from me. They don't even speak to me now, because she will give scientific answer to it. She'll give me the proof of everything. And I used to tell them, okay, this is the proof, this is from the scriptures, and I have given them the proof the day before, and they were like, okay, now I will not speak to Srishti anymore. And the second thing which I got, and the kind of satisfaction which I have received from this, it was like, and I was not able to explain this, but it was very good. The day before, the day I started Krishna Consciousness, this is the kind of improvement I am having. I'm able to speak with them. I was a kind of an introvert person in speaking and giving them the proof of everything. But now I can speak about why I don't even eat onion and garlic. The second thing is my health. my health has improved drastically. Still, I'm having some of the issues, but now whenever I'm having issues, before this I used to get nebulized. Some of the other day I used to get nebulized, but now the kind of improvement I having with my health is, whenever I'm having health issues, I get okay. My chanting has not, I've not done the chanting previous day, and this is why I'm facing these issues, because chanting has given me so much of faith in this Krishna consciousness. And when I'm posting the uh, Maharaj post, this post has really touched my heart. Is Krishna consciousness, whatever it may do to us, one thing it definitely does, it improves our health. And it has done with me that now I don't take any medicine, nothing like that, but whatever it does is I try to increase my rounds. And my father, my mother, they're very happy that at least you have faith on someone. I used to say that no, I have to ran to hospital, and everyone was frustrated because of my health issues 2 years back. And 2 years now, the improvement, I'm concentrating more on my health now, giving priority to the health, and slowly it will improve more and more. So these are the two practical examples which I can share. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Jai. Anyone who comes in touch with Srila Prabhupada, they don't remain introvert. They all become extrovert. They all become lions and lionesses. I'm telling you. We see it all the time. Wonderful. All the best. May your health always prosper, you know. Yes, yes. Who would like to go next now? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhu, for giving me the platform to share my realization. Thank you, Krishna Prabhu. Thank you, Mataji. So, I have written 4 to 5 points that I will elaborate. It's not very big realization, but I would like to start with the point that Shushti Mataji also touched, that uh, applying Krishna consciousness build my confidence. Like, I used to talk very less with people, and it built my confidence, be it in my campus interviews or any other things, that it built my confidence. I can talk to people now more better than I used to do before. So that's one thing, and I know what I'm doing now. That I'm not whimsically doing things, that I'm just doing things and I don't know what I'm doing, what my end goal is. So I know these points, and the sense that what is right and wrong, like we discussed, what is wisdom, know what is right and wrong. So there was this one incident where like I've always Avinash Prabhu also shared, like when we go to temple, like I have set up temple in my home, so I like being here in my hall. It is in my hall, and I like sitting there and chanting peacefully. So one day I invited my friends to my home. Om Prabhu was also there, and two of my college friends. They said they want to go to a temple nearby my place. It's a very old temple. So I went there, and I don't like going to temple because there are many people, and I feel very quiet here in my own temple. So I told them that we'll do aarti here only, and we can do something later. We can go out or something like that. So we did aarti in my temple. Then they forced me that we should go to the temple. We should. So I went temple with them. I had my bead bag there. I was chanting. So one Prabhuji called me, and he saw that I had tilak and I was chanting. So one Pujari was there. He called me, and he was in very challenging mood, that you are from ISKCON and you are doing this. And so what he asked me, that are you from ISKCON? I was just telling him what I am from. I was telling him about weekend. So he didn't. He interrupted me and he said that, is there any plan of 22nd January on ISKCON? So he was just challenging me that ISKCON is doing something about that Ayodhya temple. So I was saying I don't know, because I'm not very connected to ISKCON. I don't know if Nagpur is planning that. So he said that you should, like, ISKCON के बारे में वो काफी बोल रहे थे. They were saying that ISKCON sends money here and there. So I thought they will go to Prabhupada, and so I went. So Avinash Prabhu told me that you can either fight them and you can run away from that situation. So I just came back. I didn't. I thought he'll continue further and he'll talk about Prabhupada, and I cannot hear that. So I took I went back to my home. And when I thought about that, is like there is very different atmosphere here in India because there is a temple inauguration tomorrow and it's like Diwali here. Everyone is celebrating. But I thought for the person, for example, someone is eating non-veg. He is eating non-veg before 20 seconds. He will be eating non-veg after 20 seconds. So if by inaugurating temple, if my bhakti towards Lord Ram is not increasing, then what is the use of that? So one verse we read in the Dharma book, it had Shrama eva hi kevalam, that it is not of any use if it's not increasing my devotional service. Like everyone is doing, like temple should be there. I am not against that temple. Temple should be there, and it is such a beautiful temple. But if my devotional service is not increasing towards Lord Ram, then I think that I understood that like we discussed wisdom, what is right and wrong. So I thought if it is not increasing my bhakti, then I think I should do more rounds that day. I should do service at my temple. So this was one point, and another point is that practically applying this, it has brought me closer to my family. My mom and dad, they also attend classes of Avinash Prabhu, and sometimes my dad pushes me. He asks me, "What did you learn in class? And did you complete your rounds today?" He asks me questions like that, and if I have not completed my rounds, I grab my chanting bag and start doing it. So these are the 2 points, and the last one is that when I'm working, if I'm done with my chanting in morning, then I'm working very efficiently throughout day. And I remember in the Maharaj prayer, we say that if our room is clean and our mind is clean. So when my table is very messy, then my productivity is very decreased. So first I arrange my table and then I start doing my work. So these are the 2 3 points, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yes, very nice. Hare Krishna. Wonderful. Wonderful. Yes, people will always be there, those who don't change even after temple construction. But we got the temple after 500 years, and the barbarians had destroyed it. So it is great. And we have got temple tomorrow. Inauguration. Jai. Siya Ram. Shri Sita Ram Lakshman Bhakt Hanuman ki Jai. Wonderful. Very nice. Very nice. This is practical. I like it very much. And we are managing our own business, What they do, they speak something, no problem, We're doing our thing. Yeah, great stuff. Okay, who would like to be next now?
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Okay, I'll go now. So, first of all, thank you, His Grace Ambrish Prabhu, His Grace Panpagya Mataji, and His Grace Krishna Samarpan Krishna Prabhu for actually training us and giving us this platform to share our practical realization in today's session. So, as Ambrish Prabhu asked, he want to hear a very practical one. So, I changed my mind what I wanted to share. So. So the one practical, I think, example that actually just actually quite resonate with me is that during the COVID-19, so this is something I actually experienced over 6 months, and I actually tested my devotional service in one way at the time. So when actually COVID-19 actually it started around the same time, I think my company announced that they're going to shut their site in Auckland site, where I used to work. And I remember, and when I heard, actually means it's good way. They gave us very early notification. They actually told us a complete plan what going to happen. So I was a bit concerned initially, but again I thought, well, means I don't really have to be concerned because I got so much experience. Sure, I can find another job anywhere, or maybe even in Australia. I think doesn't work out. So I was not that much stressed out. But actually, what happened is that think progress. I wasn't really applying for job. I said, okay, I have worked for a very long time in this company. I will take the redundancy, and I will not accept any job offer in meantime. So, but actually, I wanted to check, because I was out of job market for a very long time, and you need to brush up on your skills, the interview and all that. So I started applying, polishing my CVs and all that, and I wasn't getting any good response as I expected, So eventually the doubt started to build. I said, what is exactly happening? And then that's when actually COVID-19 was actually become very, very serious. And then that was really bad time. That actually when I will actually lose my job, the COVID will be in the at the peak time. And as you can see, companies are actually they started getting rid of a lot of employees, and people companies became started to bankrupt. So timing was really, really bad, to go out and find a job. So I remember actually I discussed with Amrish Prabhu when I told him first time that this has happened, Prabhuji, and Prabhuji told me, you will not sleep tonight. So I said, yeah, probably. But I said, yeah, I'm concerned. But I said, okay, this is not something too bad. I will just keep chanting. So Krishna will protect. That's what I heard, and that's what I believed. So I kept chanting, and I decided no matter what happens, we will not actually give up the devotional service. So I didn't actually stop anything. We used to go to program, we used to do the services. So everything was actually we doing, but I wasn't really very comfortable. It did affected me in one way. Because you always under, there is mortgage to pay and there's a family responsibility. So, and when it's actually 1 month before actually I was going to stop the job, means I applied for a couple of job and I had some interview lined up. And I told my wife, I said, it's not a worry. I said, no, I got some savings. Even if you don't get a job, we'll be fine. And around the same time, I think just before month, and one evening I came up and my wife actually was actually in the house, and she looked at me and she started to cry. So I didn't understand because I was on the phone. I said, why are you crying? I was on the phone. I said, just wait a minute. I finished the call and I said, what happened? And she said, I lost my job too. So, and that hit me really hard. So I said, what I'm going to do now? I said, it's really serious, because I cannot actually survive without, both salaries off. So I was very, very stressful. And then what we did is actually I was chanting and I said, let's chant, what happens, see. And then I decided not to actually, I have one offer which wasn't really, I wasn't happy. I didn't take it. I decided not to take it. Just wait until the end and see what happens. And just before, actually about 3 to 4 weeks before I was about to end my job, then actually I was helping my wife to also apply, help her to actually apply to the new jobs, and she got jobs within 2 weeks. I was praying very hard, so I was a bit relieved. And after that, then I was, actually I have to make a decision. So I got an offer from Wellington, and this was something job that I had never experienced in. It was food industry. They used to manufacture the sauce and all that to the restaurant chains, and I had no experience. But I think I went for the interview, and they really liked it, my profile, and they said they're very happy to train me for 6 months on the floor, and then I can take my position in the quality role. And I was very happy, but I wasn't really happy because I have to leave the Auckland. That was I wasn't really happy about that. I have to move, and if I move the Auckland, I know that I cannot able to attend the program because at that time we didn't have this online Zoom programs. We had only physical program in the Newlyn. Every Saturday we used to go and do the service in the temple as well at the time, and that's all we had. And I was very attached to the program as well. So I didn't want to go, and my wife was also not keen because she also got a job here. So I know that actually I have to go alone, even if I actually accept the role. And that was one of the questions from actually the prospective companies, that what are you going to do with your family, because initially I told them that I'm the only one to move, and they wasn't happy. They said it's not going to work out. They said that you think that it will work out, but in the end, the family matters, because once you are actually separated, I do not say that you will put 100% in the job. So I told them that no, then I will move my family. I actually wanted a job, so I told them just tell them and see what happens, and they agreed. But I didn't actually. They gave me the contract. We agreed, but I didn't sign the contract. And because I wasn't happy, and then there was another advert came from the Auckland. Just when I was about to sign the contract, I had 5 days to think over. And I saw the ad, and I said, job didn't look that well, but it is at least it will let me stay in Auckland. So I had to take a step down a little bit from my current position. So I said, I applied, and I said, let's see what happened. And next day, the guy called me, and I said, oh, why don't you just come in? We'll have a quick interview. So I went for the interview, and they told me that I told them just at the beginning of interview, I said, I had a job. I said, I have job offer in my hand. I said, okay, and I'm going to sign it. So if you really want me, then you have to actually forward this process very fast, interview, because they like my CV, in the same industry. And the person who interviewed me, he said, okay, give me some time and I will come back to you. They had interview went well. And I told John, I say, I need a decision within 3 days. I told, and I say, initially wasn't very reluctant. I can't do that, but let me try. But actually, they made it happen. They called me the next day again. I made their CEO. So it was okay. I thought the company, but they told me that I wasn't really happy with the job title and the package as well at the time. But they said your actually experience is quite good, and if you prove yourself, they were very happy to promote me to the same level within a short span of time. And then I took the interview, and it was very difficult decision, and just before I actually my deadline, they sent me the offer to sign, and I had a very difficult time because I wanted to sign it, but the Wellington company, that actually invested so much time in me, they paid for my airfare, everything. And I was very afraid to tell them that I'm not accepting the job offer. But again, I said I have to do it. I prayed to Krishna. I said, I cannot, give up the Auckland. I have to stay here for my devotional service. So please protect me. And I actually signed first I signed the Auckland offer. I got it confirmed, and then I called that guy in the Wellington. Say, I'm very sorry to say, but I said, can I able to sign this up? My wife do not want to move. So he was very upset initially, but he said that's fine, Shital. I said things happen, but yeah, in the future, we'll see. Maybe we'll cross our ways again. So that was actually, so that actually really good experience for me. They actually kept chanting. I kept my faith in Krishna until the last moment, and it worked out very well. And even actually the job I'm currently doing in the same company, and it worked out very well after that. So I say that Krishna actually has always a better plan for you, because you just need to have belief, that you have to need to stick at the end, and he will make it easier for you. So yeah, that's what I realized, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, wonderful. So I remember these discussions you had, very nice, very nice. See, then we discussed this also. Initially, there was a time when people would not get jobs, and you were spoiled for choice. You had to say no to somebody. This is how Krishna works. Material things also. So for our spiritual progress, also Krishna helps us, materially. So as Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj says, that to remain in mode of goodness, the flow of Lakshmi should keep coming, at least when you are in Grihastha life. So if it stops, then you'll be in mode of passion, running behind money. Very nice. All the best. Okay, Jai. Who would like to share the realizations? Next, please.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, mother. Please continue. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Amrish Prabhuji, for organizing this program. It's really nice to hear everyone's day-to-day experience. It's so. I would like to say a few things. Please excuse for my voice today. Um, since we joined the Namahata in our Krishna consciousness, I have learned so many things. Some spiritual things and some material how to survive in material life as well. It's not only the spiritual but also material. And actually, it's Amrish Prabhu and Purna Pragya Mataji is always guiding us through this path, and that's really helpful for my devotional service. And I learned so many things that how to surrender to Krishna, how to respect everyone, how to follow our Guru Maharaj, how to look after my child as well, how to look after our family, so many things. And then one practical realization as our today's theme, I would like to say that usually whenever there is we organize the program, WECAN Mata organize the program. I saw Mataji and Prabhuji um, thinking about it so much, and then about the management, how it will work, how that will work. I always see that Mataji and Prabhuji, and they used to guide us, you do this one, you do that one, and then everything. And we used to follow. And at the end, we were not tired and used to feel like everything falls on place. The program used to go very nicely, especially the Kirtan festival. Mataji used to assign us, we'll cook this one, that one, and then we used to do our own service. We do our service perfectly, and then program used to go like smoothly. Or Kirtan festival plus our center program. Sometimes the devotional service in the temple for the festivals, we used to make garlands and all. So some team used to make a garland, someone used to make a bouquet, someone used to put them in on the top of the temple and everything, nice management. So at my workplace, I work as a assembly lead, so I look after the production lines, and then how that helped me. That there was one time there was a so much order in our company, the production order, that we need to dispatch almost 1,000 units in 2 days. And then there were some of them ready and there were some of not ready, and everything was running, everyone was running. So whatever my task is assigned, I assign in my team like that was, you do this one only, and you don't worry about the other ones. Whatever I told you, do that one, don't worry about anything. It's working, not working, only let me know. No one else can help you. Don't ask help from others, and I will only help you, because I know your situation, they don't know. And then that's why how I arranged everything. And whatever I had people in my team, they really supported me. And then our team work is recognized by our manager. He was so happy, and he said thank you and all. So this is the thing, I learned from our Namahata, that we can manage as well. This is spiritually also, we have to manage our house. Someone doing puja, someone cooking for bhoga, and someone doing other stuff. That's all learning from Prabhuji and Mataji is really helping me um, to our day-to-day life. Also, there is another example, because we following Krishna consciousness, so we don't drink tea and coffee. And I know some of the colleagues, they buy everyday coffee from outside, and they were just asking me, can I buy you coffee today? And then I said, no, I don't drink it. And I just asked how much you spend for coffee, and say every day is $7 something is spending. So 20 days a month you working, and almost $150 you're spending on your coffee. Thank God I'm in Krishna consciousness. I don't need to spend that money for, all the tea and coffee. Sometimes they buy food from outside. Most of the people buy every day. It's like it's nice that I cook every day. I offer it to Krishna and eat as a prasadam. Sometimes I distribute to in my office as well. Some days some people don't have the lunch. I have extra and I distribute, and they really appreciate that. So it's really nice to be in Krishna consciousness, which is helping us in our life to the to giving just a food is different, and to giving a prasad is very different. That's how we learned before as well. So, which I feel really nice to being in Krishna consciousness. So, yeah, these 2 points I wanted to share, Prabhuji. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you very much for that. Hare Krishna. Yes, we are all administrative experts, we can organize big programs very easily. No problem. In short notice, we can know who's going to do what, where you're going to sit, where you're not going to sit, what time it has to come. Wow. Great stuff. Great stuff.
Yes,
Thank you. Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
And I remember all the devotees used to appreciate WECAN Namata team, how they do everything, devotional service, and especially all the Matajis are together, no politics and all. So I really like that, Prabhuji.
Yeah,
Yes.
no politics is very important. Maharaj had said this for
Yes.
ladies, Very nice.
Yes.
All words to all of you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Shila Gurudev ki jai, Shila Prabhupada ki jai. Wonderful. Wonderful. Aniyor, give us more. Give us more. Let's just hear some more.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you for giving me this platform to speak. Thank you, Krishna Prabhu. Thank you, Mataji, for all your efforts. I didn't prepare a story format. I had written down some points. Right. I'll try to weave a story if it connects to a story, but otherwise, please forgive me if it's not that engaging. So just a second. Is my video on, Prabhu? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, the video is on. We don't need story. We just want to hear
Okay.
the practical implementation, whichever way it is.
Yes, Prabhu.
You are nectar
So
seekers of this. Hare Krishna.
yes, Prabhu. So there are a lot of points that I've written. I'll start with first. Is I've written it as, when we come to Krishna consciousness, and especially this is what we've taught. I've been taught in Hare Krishna WECAN, is the externals versus internals. As love for Krishna is not a formula based thing like A plus B equals C. It's not what we call, it cannot be set in a formula. Like you cannot, as Avinash Prabhu says, you cannot fit Krishna in a bottle. That okay, only if you do this, you will get love for Krishna. It's not that. And when we are new devotees and when we come to in this society of devotees, they are very much affected by how externals appear. Who has got the biggest kantimala? Who has got the most garlands? Who has got the most beautiful saffron color dress? And all of that, and all glories to those people. But as we progressed in Hare Krishna week, and I especially, I realized that more than these externals, all shiny glowing things, what if the heart is all black? What is inside the love for Krishna? Well, I'm no judge of that. I'm not saying I can judge people for that, but I'm saying that instead of decorating from the outside, which is also important, we must focus more on decorating from the inside. And that is what Hare Krishna weekend philosophy is about. That change begins from inside, from within. And then once we are changing from within, then we can, once a candle is lit, then they can ignite other candles. A burned down candle or a candle which has no flame cannot, ignite other candles. So that is one thing that I learned. Second thing I would say is having a contrarian view in life and situations, betting against the odd. It's a very famous thing in life philosophy in general, but learning that in spiritual life and in material life, I got it from Hare Krishna weekend, rather than reading some books or anything. Like how when we say that we are not Microsoft, we are Apple, what does that actually mean? It means taking contrarian bets, right? And deeply thinking about the set norms and why people do what they do. Like why are there set norms? Even in spiritual organizations, we might be just compelled to believe, okay, this is how things happen. But uh, as I've been with my mentors and Amrish Prabhu, I have got to know, no, we can question these set norms. like we can actually try to find what's the root cause of it. Why are we doing it? If it's okay, then we should do it. But most often than not, what if there is some some politics or some other thing that is going behind which we don't know and we cannot know? So we should have this questioning, not, I wouldn't say challenging attitude, but a genuine curiosity about why is things happening. Yes, once we accept authority, then we follow what they say. But this questioning attitude and having a contrarian view is what I learned from Hare Krishna WECAN, and I apply that in my life as well. Like, I always ask that first before going in the, maybe the flow is correct, maybe where the people are going are correct, but I need to ask myself, I don't want to go that way just because everybody is going that way. I want to know why I'm going that way. What is the reason behind going that way? And if there is some other way, then I'll go that way. So that is the second thing I learned, Prabhu. And the third thing is, which I learned after coming to Hare Krishna WECAN, was the various moods of devotees. Like, first I used to think when I was very new that, okay, everybody is a devotee. Then I realized, no, people are devotees of Krishna. Then I got to know, no, people are devotees of Krishna in particular rasas. Then I got to know, even in same rasas, people have different moods of worshipping Krishna in that same rasa. So like Maharaj's mood might be very different from other people's mood. And we live in a society where, if you do not know this fact, then you will be confused. And I've personally experienced this, that if you don't know the mood that you're following, you will just go in the crowd of devotees and you'll be lost and you don't know what to do, because everybody's focus and moods and principles are different. Nobody's wrong, but the focus and principles are very different. And that helps you channelize your energy in a particular way. So that is what I learned about the moods of devotees, which I've written down as a point. And then another thing that I learned was loving Krishna because he's lovely versus fearing and fearing authority or trying to conform to social standards. Okay, so I'm part of this group and everybody loves Krishna there, so I might also try. Yes, that may be a good start. That is a very well start. But if we continue loving Krishna just because, okay, Ambrish Prabhu tells me to love Krishna, or Avinash Prabhu tells me to love Krishna, or do this, do that, yes, that's a very good start. I'm not saying that's not a good start. And sometimes that even later on, it encourages us also that, okay, you need to do this because our acharyas have done this, because we have experienced this as wisdom. But if that's my, and I might be wrong, that if our view does not change towards loving Krishna because he's lovely and he is loved, like all love flows to him only, then I think we are missing some point in bhakti, right? Like, we should not be fearful of people or of social constructs, and that's why we should love Krishna. Krishna is lovely, and that's why we are loving him and serving him. So that's another point. Another point I would like to say is, Prabhu, I've written this as, everything boils down to service. Instead of talking big things and showing big emotions, we need to actually get up and chant, clean the toilets, clean our houses, do the hard stuff. It's very easy, and I've seen this. I have done this. Uh, just sitting in classes and maybe or giving even in temples, I've seen people doing this. They can have big emotions. Oh, Krishna is this, or Radha Rani is this, and all of that. But if it's come to, okay, Prabhu, who is going to serve the prasadam after this? Oh, assign it to somebody else, or do this or do that. When it comes to actually, when the rubber hits the road, that is when, if you're talking about bhakti, and bhakti means devotional service as Prabhupada translates it, where's the service? Where's the service, right? So that's one thing that I got to know, that it all boils down to service, practical, real hard work, right? So that's one thing. And the service could be reading books, and the service could be doing kirtan. It is not supposed to be a big service. It's just any service, but it's actually getting up and doing something, taking charge, instead of just sitting there and feeling like a devotee because we do some we attend some classes and we feel like a devotee. Oh, I am devotee because I have this kanti, or I wear tilak, or I wear kurti and dhoti. So that's my view. I might be wrong in most of them, but that's a view. Then another point that I've written, Prabhu, is that controlling the mind. So previously, as Ambrish, this is a very famous thing. So when I joined and I saw all these lectures in ISKCON, and everybody had very common questions. Every time a class would end, one of the other people would ask, I am having trouble controlling the mind. Please help me control the mind. Everybody would have this question. And we are new, we don't know, and I was new to a spiritual organization. So we learn by seeing other people, right? So I thought, oh, so this is a good question to ask then. So it's not asking questions that I have, it's asking questions that are good, so that you can have an image that you asked the good question, so you will come out as intelligent or whatever that was. So I asked Ambrish Prabhu this question that Prabhu, how do I control the mind? I don't get time to chant, Prabhu. I'm struggling in yes, people do struggle in chanting, and that's a very genuine question. But I have realized, for me, more often than not, that came from another, that was not rooted in genuine curiosity. That was rooted in presenting myself as, oh, Prabhu, I'm so elevated that I'm having troubles in chanting. You see? So, and Ambrish Prabhu had said, controlling the mind, and what's there to answer? Just control the mind, just sit down and chant. You have to do that. You do the hard stuff. So I've written this as controlling the mind and asking questions about it and feeling nice that, oh, I have asked such questions, versus sitting down, thinking about why this question is arising, and then actually battling the mind by making sacrifices. We are not able to chant because we are attached to so many things. We want to do all the things all the time. We just simply need to sacrifice something. What we are asking in class is, Prabhuji, it's not Prabhuji, how to control the mind. It's Prabhuji, how can I get all the material enjoyment and the spiritual enjoyment at the same time without sacrificing on anything? But we are not ready to listen to the hard truth that, like, please stop doing this. You save your time for chanting. We're not ready. So that we want a easy way, shortcut, So that not we, I want a shortcut. I am speaking for myself there, right? Then another thing that I learned from learned was making temple as a home, and that simplified Krishna consciousness so much. Like, you can then earn for whatever you're earning, it goes to Krishna's service. Your job is spiritualized. You're cleaning the home, that is service. You're cleaning the toilets, that is service. You're cooking in the home, that is service. If your home is a temple, everything becomes a service. So that simplifies devotional life to such an extent that it's very easy to follow. And I think that's the mood of Maharaj, and that's the mood of WECAN, making devotional life so simple that it's easy to follow for anybody. Anybody anywhere can do this. You don't need some, as Ambrish Prabhu says, two horns on your head to do this special thing. It's just very easy. And then another thing that, as when I came before, I had this thinking that everybody is wrong. And just because I have this Krishna conscious philosophy, I have books of Prabhupada, I am right, which is correct. Prabhupada are correct. But feeling that no, everybody is wrong, and what I know is correct, what we are taught in Hare Krishna WECAN is only correct. Yes, that is correct. But when you progress a bit and you try to identify other worldviews, you confront other worldviews, people believing, materially successful people believing in some things, right, which we don't usually believe in. Like, maybe some big entrepreneur might be eating non-veg and they say, oh, because of non-veg I have been so successful. And devotees, some successful devotees say, no, because I have not eaten non-veg I'm successful. These are very two contrarian views. And as I think Pradyum Prabhu was saying, you cannot convince these people, right? So it's not about that we are only right and everybody is wrong. Yes, that might be the case. They are, according to Shastras and according to the principles we follow, they are wrong. But I think having a more nuanced worldview or balanced worldview is that, yes, they have their worldview, I have my own, and I'm peaceful with my own, because the results that I get from my worldview make me peaceful, make me settle down, instead of challenging everybody, because I think that comes from a place of that I am not satisfied with my own and I want to tell everybody that you are wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. That actually is not, they're wrong. It actually is, something is wrong inside of me that I'm trying to correct everybody out there, right? Instead of being peaceful. So yes, we should preach. I think that is my understanding. Yes, we should preach. Yes, we do. Yes, we should reach out, but from a different place in our heart, not from that everybody is wrong, right? So that is one thing that I realized, Prabhu. And the last but not the least, obviously, but this is what I wrote, is one thing that I've picked in is that I always know less than how much I am supposed to know. I will always know, and this is one kind of mantra you can say, or one tagline that I've picked out of discussions so much with Avinash Prabhu, with Ambrish Prabhu. And previously, I used to think that I always know more than how much I am supposed to know, that I am above the, I have the edge. But after discussions with, all these, all people around and devotees and everyone, I realized that I always know less than how much I'm supposed to know. And that keeps me going ahead. And that keeps me in my place, that yes, there's always much more to know than what we already know. And more than knowing, it's about applying, which comes down to wisdom. So yes, Prabhu, that's my short realization. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, it's wonderful, very nice. You've got eloquent, the quality given by Krishna. You're utilizing it very well. Very nice. Very good articulation of thoughts as well. Very nice points too, Very nice points too. Very nice. You will go, if you apply with Krishna consciousness in your life, it will be beneficial materially and spiritually both. Yes, Brother who wants to say something? Wonderful. He can. I just wanted to share one point, It's a bit topical. There was a discussion online on some Pope, he was saying it was a misquote. Not a quote. All bugs also go back to heaven, etc. So I remember many, many moons ago, I read one meme had come. That time it was not called meme. It was an image, But meme is a new word, recent word. I had to search out what is the meaning of meme. Even I didn't know the spelling of meme, seriously. I said, okay, meme. So he said that earlier popes used to be traveling in bulletproof cars. So somebody wrote, he is selling the dream of going to heaven, but he is not in a hurry to reach heaven. So absolutely correct. I mean, if you are, so they say if you die, go to heaven, no problem. Then why are you being in bulletproof car, man? So I just remember that when you talked about this point of hypocrisy. So challenge everything. You say that doesn't mean we are challenging people. It means that we are satisfied and we don't have to be fooled. That's it. I don't fool you, you don't fool me. It's simple as that. You will go to heaven, hell, wherever you want to go. This is Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj. All glories to you. But don't ask me to follow you. For me to follow you, then I'll test you. You have to pass series of tests, and then I'll follow you. It's common sense. Well done. Hare Krishna. Yes, Padma, you want to say something?
Prabhu, I forgot one point that I wanted to share in my realization. I remember
Okay.
when Prabhu mentioned that point.
Yes,
So the
yes.
point is, convincing others is not the problem. Convincing myself is the problem. First, I should be convinced that what I'm doing. Like Shushti Mataji mentioned that eating habits or why we are not eating onion, garlic, non-veg, and all the other things that we are doing in our devotional service. I should be convinced, and like it's not the problem that other person is not getting convinced. If he wants, he will get convinced. But myself, I have to realize that.
Very nice. Only then we are satisfied. And when we are satisfied, let the whole world go somewhere. We don't want, we are not bothered. I'm happy where I am. Well done. Hare Krishna. Yes, who'd like to go next now? Is Varun Pro wants to do it? To say?
Yes, Prabhuji. Sorry, Prabhuji, for being super late in the class. Actually, I thought it was like on 10:30, but I just opened my phone and just saw that it's from 9:30, and I was taking the shower at that time. So
That's why I give the time, I did the time and remind the time, work very hard. Work very hard. Hare Krishna. Please, please. We're very eager to hear your practical realizations. Hare Krishna.
so thank you, Prabhuji, for giving us this platform. So to share our realizations. I think I'm not still qualified enough to say a lot of things to in front of so many peoples with these such good qualities, but I would love to share my practical realizations that I have seen in last, I guess, 6 months from continuously coming to the classes. So the first thing that I've learned is all thanks to Avinash Prabhuji for clearing out my mind. First of all, that I learned the very first thing, that is first principle thinking. It's a very good term that I learned, which eventually I learned in the process, but I was applying it on the day one from the day which I'm coming to the classes, and that is asking the very fundamental question, why? So as Parth Prabhuji has already mentioned this point, that why we are doing it, we can question that. I was not aware to ask this question, because I usually used to ask my parents, like when my father used to recite the verses from Shri Ramcharitmanas, and I used to asking like why it is said so, why this is being mentioned, why females are mentioned like that, why Shudras are mentioned like that. So my father was not able to give me answers, because A, he's not having the answers by his own, and B, he's not even questioning someone else who is intelligent than him, because we were not able to find someone that intelligent to understand the Shastras very well. So first principle thinking theory was introduced to me in this classes. So I can say that it was also applicable in the material life as well. So I got benefited in both of the ends. Second is I learned that while reading the book Science of Self-Realization, so some of our relatives live in Mathura, Vrindavan. They usually have their own separate sampradaya. They have the gurus, and they follow them. But when I asked them, how did you define that I'm going to get a diksha from that guru and I'm going to learn from them? So they were having a very blurry answer in front of them, that okay, that guru is getting famous, or that guru is getting followed by my family, by lineage, or in my area, or my whatever it is. I got the very crisp and precise answer in the book Science of Self-Realization, that we must understand who is guru. And also Amrish Prabhu, like a few months ago we met, and I asked you a lot of question about diksha and initiation, and you have said that you have to actually understand that whom you are getting initiated with, because they are not just your mentor, but they are actually your guardians. They are taking care of you, and whatever good deeds, whatever bad deeds you do for yourself, you will also face, and he is also going to face, because he has initiated you. So you have to thoroughly analyze that who is going to be a guru, from whom you are getting the knowledge. Your sources should be very defined. So I learned that that one specific thing, and I'm able to get the correct form of knowledge in a very concise manner at according to the time, place, circumstances in my life, uh, by the grace of you people. Also, uh, I've learned a very good thing, that I started getting a bit honest, or more and more honest with myself. I stopped bluffing that okay, I am a big devotee and I am doing this and I'm doing that. And also like as Pat Prabhu has also mentioned that it's not like I have learned everything. It's like I'm still not able to learn what I need to learn at this point of time. I'm still lagging behind. So that mentality is being developed in the classes. And the last and the best thing that I want to mention about my journey is I stopped getting into the flow. Like, okay, that guru is getting famous, or that thinking is getting famous, or these people are correct, these people are not correct. That flow of thinking, like, okay, let's rush into that topic. I stopped getting into that. I stopped getting into that that quantity of people, but started giving time to that quality of people who are very much interested in learning about Krishna and about their purpose. The best verse that I've learned throughout the last 6 months is the first verse that is mentioned in the Dharma book. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktir adokshaje ahetuki apratihata yayatma suprasiddhiti. Whenever I am thinking that I am not doing the things correctly, I am getting away from diverting away from my goal, I open the book Dharma, and obviously when you open the book, you usually tend to open the first page, and that verse is so much full of knowledge that it can give you everything about it can answer all your questions. So that one verse, that defining verse I learned from this classes. So I would like to say all thanks to Amrish Prabhu and Avinash Prabhu, that you gave us this platform so that we can learn the Shastras very well and from a very trusted source. because there are so many fraudsters roaming around the city. So yeah, thank you, Prabhuji, for giving me this opportunity. Thank
Jai,
you.
Jai, wonderful. Hare Krishna. And all credit goes to Avinash Krishna Prabhu and Saraswati Mataji for investing so much time on all of you, training you very nicely. Savai pumsam paro dharma, yata bhakti radhokshaji. Ahai tukiya pratihata yayatma suprasidati. Very nice. All the best to you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Yes, yes. Yes, please, please. Aniyor, more.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you, Amrish Prabhu. Thank you, Krishna Prabhu. You are always there. Huh? My devotee is now talking to you directly, preparing on. And thank you, Mataji. I don't know you are also there. So thank you for holding hands. And for me, it has been a journey. I came very late because of my rascaldom. And a lot of credit goes to Amrish to give me a lot of time to explain me all those things, answer my egoistic questions. I remember those discussions I shared with my students also, that how challenging I used to be. I mean, even now I'm like that. So it has been a journey, and what I end up doing, I never thought that I'll be doing this. So it's all happening. Maharaj is in full control, as we have learned from Vishnu. And yes, as you just said, that when you get into Krishna consciousness, you can speak. All introvert people become extrovert. So I never understood those things. So now I understand because I have no choice. Just devotees walk in my place. Prabhuji, I want to know this. We want to do this. So that's how it is. And they invite me to the places. And yeah, we have a program almost twice a home program kind of things. And I'm not able to take photos and not able to post. So sorry for that, Prabhu. And yesterday we went to a program. One of the devotees' sister was getting engaged. I said, okay, I've learned this from Rishu that all the devotees will go together, and uh, that devotee is nicely, actually say Om Prabhu. He's not here, he's traveling, so that's why he said I'll not be able to come the class. So he prepared special early food for us, so that we can go there. And yeah, that was a very nice time. All the devotees can actually see that how devotees do things when they go into these places. And and then when we are preaching other people when we are there in those masses, no, then a lot of people came to me that we want to come to your programs. I don't know if these people notice now because they were doing their things. So and so that was a good teaching for everyone, for me also. And the most important thing that happened after that class, that we said, okay, what do we do now? And we have no clue what to do. So I said, well, is there any park nearby? So fortunately there was a park there. So we went there. What we do there? Okay, we go for a walk. I said, how long we can walk? Let us sit and do a kirtan in the park. It was getting dark that time. It was dark actually. And devotees just loved it. And I cannot imagine that I was doing kirtan in a park. And I was telling them that how we used to go to the picnics, and I said we want to do it again, Prabhu. We can go there, we can go there. So all those things which you have taught us over a period of time, these people are actually learning, and they are learning very fast. So it's actually my taste also that how they are giving realizations. I don't tell them anything because you speak from your heart. Don't go and tell about the material achievement. That's what I told them. What I've become and what's happening. Yeah, they have got something happening. I said, no, don't talk about how this entire philosophy has affected you and how you are making decisions. So those things which you taught us, we are actually trying to implement in whatever capacity we can. And yeah, it's hard, Prabhu. It's India's hard. Yeah. When you go on the street, hardness starts. Yeah, everybody is coming on you. So, but that's how it is. And yeah, the other thing that very importantly happening is the parents class. The parents class is becoming more popular than the students class. And all those parents are becoming more serious than what I ever thought. And almost every alternate week, somebody new is joining, and there are more people joining in parents class than in a student's class. In fact, in students' class, people are actually joining and now they're getting jobs and placements. So somebody's going there, somebody's, so people getting jobs, they're moving on with the life. As we always thought about this. So that I've not spoken a lot of things from people lately. I said, why bother him? And let me get all glories. Okay. So no, it's all coming from the purity. If I maintain the purity, these things work. If I bring my ego, it doesn't work. So the parents class, and those parents are actually, they have got their own baggage, they have got their own philosophies, but somehow they've started understanding the difference between what we are and what other, like the way Path Prabhu speak and the way Srushti spoke, the way Pradyumna speak, they have started understanding the difference, that where we are at. This Varun Yas Prabhuji, he is in Mumbai and he can meet everyone where he wants to go. Yeah, he starts with all kinds. And after that, as you say, that they ask question and they have to be satisfied. And thank you, you also guided him a lot. So now the parents' turn is coming up. Those parents actually bewildered. And they also saying the same thing, that आपके साथ आने के बाद हमारे दोस्त कम हो रहे हैं. Okay, what? So we are making more friends here. But don't worry, now you understand a difference. Their social life is actually getting affected. See, these children are smiling. They know what I'm talking about. And there used to be an argument between children and parents. Okay. If you don't listen, we go to Avinash. Who am I? Okay. So now, correct, Pradyumna, if your parents are changing, have changed a lot. Yeah. Same with Susti's. And so same with Varun Prabhu's Mataji has just joined 2-3 weeks. And she's also very nice. I met her in a program. So a lot of things happening, Prabhu. And I never thought that I'll be end up doing this. My wife will be in Auckland. We're talking in the morning and what is happening, where are we getting at? And I don't know, it is good or bad. The more I live in India, the more I get entangled. Kichad daldal. Yeah, it's becoming harder. And I every day plan. I was talking to Parth Prabhu yesterday that where is my exit strategy? How can I come out of this? This is what we used to discuss. Amrish, we remember that we need to have a retirement plan, and you don't want to retire after a while. You need to retire every day. So all those philosophies are actually in play now. And all these young ones are actually learning very seriously. Let me tell you that very seriously. Today is Ekadasi here in India, and we had no program today. They rang me yesterday, Prabhuji, we have nothing to do. Our parent, those are there, so we are home, can we come? I said, okay, what we'll do, I will do Kirtan. Okay, we'll do Kirtan. So they've started playing mridangas. They've started playing all those things. They will practice Vaishnava song, but we try to keep it those things. So all those systems, and they go and look at your class and then tell me, see, Prabhu, we saw that. Okay, you saw that. So then don't ask me. So everything is working, Prabhu. Everything is taking shape. It is all because of your personal effort. It all credit goes to you. And you put a lot of effort. We had no vision what we are getting into. And now things are actually manifesting. As you say, we are giving the baton to the next generation. And I tell them that don't learn from me, learn from Amrish Prabhu. Because I don't follow all the rules and I am not good at it. But I know what's right and what's wrong. That's I'm very clear about it. So yes, Prabhu, I don't want to glorify myself. And so a lot of happening. I've got a mission in my life, that what I'm going to rest of my life. And people do ask me, why do this? Why like this? I said, what else I can do? What else I should do? So yes, the Hare Krishna weekend has got a lifestyle, as we always say, and not has got a mission. And somehow I'm here and somehow I'm engaged. And somehow these young ones are I tell them and they're here. They don't even mince words. Don't worry, we'll bring prasadam also. So I'll sort it because of Hare Krishna weekend. So all going very well. So thank you, devotees, and thank you very much, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Yeah, very nice. A lot of hard work from you. We can see that, So yes, we had structure, no doubt about it. I had the vision. We created things which can be used, but we require people to use it, no? And I waited for so many years. It is happening now. So credit goes to you and Mataji. Why not? And you always know that we are very honest. Wherever credit has to be given, is always given. But that otherwise, I cannot go back to Godhead. Forget about Godhead. I can't be close to Maharaj. Nobody does. Krishna does it. Why should I not? And this is what we want. This is the reason why Hare Krishna weekend is in existence. So devotees can learn from each other. The association is there. Honesty is there. And somehow, now what you can see, what I can see is that within the family, the parampara will be there. Truly the eldest would be the guru of the family. You don't require external guru of any kind, shape and form. You all are gurus. Every adult man is a guru. Women also, no problem. That's it. That's it. Very nice. Very nice. And that is the point. We'll be coming to this point that the husband is a guru for the family. You know, everything is settled there, finished, done. Why to go somewhere else? Why do you need somebody else? In Prabhupada's books, be purified, you're in parampara. Mercy is spreading everywhere. Anyone who feels Mahar's presence in their lives, when they feel Mahar's blessings in their lives, they're already there in the parampara. That's it. Don't complicate anymore. No complications. And this is true. This is a Vedic way. I'm telling you the truth. Earlier, the family head was the guru. That is why people should be together. They would go to the elder to say, what do we do for spiritual realization? Once they broke up, elders used to talk about money, then finish. Youngsters have got better pressure to make money. You know? Yeah, Jai. Very nice. Hare Krishna. Who would like to go next now? Please feel free. Aniyor.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you, Prabhuji, for giving us this platform to speak about what we learned from WECAN programs. So, because we have been,
how did you implement it? You want
Yes.
to hear that? How did you implement? I want to hear that. Thank you.
Yes. So when I look back, how we have been like 15 years ago, and what we have become now, it's a totally different what we have actually learned from Hare Krishna WECAN and implemented in our lives. And I remember how we became serious in Krishna consciousness when that is I think it was 2006 when my mother-in-law left the body, and then suddenly me and my Prabhuji has to go to India, and Prabhuji, Amrish Prabhuji and Mataji, they very nicely took charge of my children and looked after everything here. And because we were so bewildered, suddenly when we got this news that we never, no one thinks like this, but that was, we were shattered actually. And then immediately Prabhuji and Mataji came and they consoled us, and actually they showed us how to do everything, what you have to go there, and what you have to chant, what you have to you have to recite Narasimha prayers and everything. So while going, we were actually reciting the prayers on the way, and so that story, yeah. And then when we came back, because before that, my daughter, she was not very interested in going to programs because we were trying to go to these programs which Amrish Prabhuji was holding at his place. So in 2 or 3 weeks when we came back, my daughter was totally transformed, and I was surprised what happened suddenly. Why because when we came, and we were very casual in going to programs because we were still learning and we were not very serious. And then she used, if we said, oh, we don't want to go today, we are very tired, so much about this and that. And then she will know we have to go. I don't know what Mataji taught her. She totally transformed, and because of her, we got very serious to going to the programs. And yeah, so still we are going. So that is the one thing, how children grasp everything. If it is because they are very pure at heart, and they sincerity, they get it very easily. So that's the starting point of our seriousness in Krishna consciousness. That's what we learned from and implemented in our life. And the other thing which I learned is the attitude of gratitude. I saw how Guru Maharaj was, because I had very little contact with Guru Maharaj, but I have heard it from Prabhuji all the time. See, so how Guru Maharaj always was very grateful to anyone, even a very small service someone has done, he was very grateful. And then I learned it that I have to be very grateful. I have to learn this quality. And when I saw that how Prabhuji is every week doing programs at her home, Mataji doing so much hard work, coming straight from work, she was cooking for everyone 2 times a week. That just, I was blown away how she used to do it. And then that gratitude I felt about her, that she's how can she do so much work, and I was amazed by that. And Prabhuji is also so doing so much work for us, then tolerating us, whatever silly mistakes, whatever things we were doing wrong, our lot of things which we were not aware of, that how to behave to a devotee. Everything we learned from all these WECAN Krishna Consciousness, WECAN Hare Krishna classes, and applied in our lives. Now it's our turn to return that gratitude to others. The tolerance we have to show. Now we can realize the pain what you have gone through, Prabhuji and Mataji. So the only gratitude is that if we can return all those things to the next generation and serve Guru Maharaj, that will be the only thing which I would like to do. Also the sincerity and honesty. These 2 things which I learned from WECAN Hare Krishna group, and because we have, as everyone has mentioned, that there are cheaters and this and that, and even in big institutions, there are people who in the garb of saffron, they do all obnoxious things. But in the classes, in these classes, we have learned how to recognize those people. Prabhuji has given very nice vision now, that you have to be very careful, you have to be very watchful, and apply your wisdom there, so that you don't get sucked up in all those bad things. So all those things, and I would also like to quote Maharaj ji's quotation here, one of his transcendental mellows. He says, always remember, whatever Krishna has given you is the best for you. Satisfaction should be there. Unless you are satisfied, ease will not be there. Ease is all offshoot of satisfaction. Those who are satisfied can face all reverses in life. Else we will go mad. Simply work and have the rest to Krishna. So that is this beautiful transcendental mellows. I was just reading today, and then I realized that, yeah, we have come too far away from all obnoxious things which we were doing. I'm still trying to improve myself, and then all these gratitude and sincerity and tolerance. Actually, when we are practicing it, it helps in our chanting a lot. And improving the chanting means we are coming one step closer to Krishna. So that is the end goal. Yeah, that's what I have learned from, implemented in my life, and I'm still trying to. That is all I have to say from the Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Mother. Hare Krishna. And this giving to the next generation is parampara. Don't make big fancy words of parampara, I mean some lineage and all. This is lineage. This is actually the lineage. We give it to our children. Everybody, the whole world is our children. Why not? You know? So very nice. Please go full steam ahead. I'll be very happy with this. You know? Hare Krishna. Shri Gurudev ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Yes, please. Aniyor, we should not stop. There are others also joining us. Bring them in.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I wanted to quickly share one more implementation, what has happened yesterday. Srushti took a lot of initiative, Srushti Mataji, and she was trying to connect with all the young Matajis who are new to Krishna consciousness from youth group and all those places. And as you say, we always have a girls, so female and female separate. So that actually has come into existence. Yeah, hopefully this last. And what had actually happened after some time, she has been following up, she's been talking to them, and she has been spending a lot of time talking to those young ones. And they have eventually connected yesterday with my wife and my daughter yesterday at about 2 o'clock here. And I think 9:30 p.m. in India. So they have first, I would not class or whatever you want to class. So they were, I think 7 or 8 or I don't know how many, all the young, I have not seen their faces. And all the Matajis were there and they were talking about this and Krishna. So that has also been implemented yesterday. So it's working now. So yeah, Jai Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
Wonderful, wonderful. All the best. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay, who would like to be next? Anyone remaining?
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you all for your very nice realizations. It's always very inspiring to hear from everyone and everyone's journey through Krishna consciousness and through Hare Krishna WECAN. I have a few points that I would like to share. Firstly, it's the importance of continuity and longevity, both in Krishna consciousness and preaching. So, we were placed under a situation in which Maharaj had given us an instruction to preach, and there were adverse circumstances in which we had to navigate through that. And at the very initial starting of spiritual life. But the important thing, regardless of whatever external things happen, is the nature of the material world. With all being said and done. But the importance of complete surrender and that continuity, not stopping whatever happens, and also no duality. So growing up, my father and my mother would, whatever we would be doing in the classes, whatever they would be guiding other people, other, devotees, other aspiring devotees, whatever we would hear from Srila Gurudev, everything was being done at home. There was absolutely no duality at all, and everything was being taught to me as well. And that's something very important, regardless of how interested you are as a child. It is a huge part of your life, and I was always very much involved, thanks to the mercy of both of my parents, that they very much involved me in the programs, and so Avinash Prabhuji, Saraswati Mataji, I've basically known almost 2/3 of my life, really. Shida Prabhuji, Namita Mataji, Sanjeev Prabhu, Dolly Mataji, Sopan Prabhu, and so many other devotees as well. I've known for a very long time, and we've built a very nice relationship. But the most important thing is that the importance of not letting anything come in the middle of following Maharaj's instructions. So this preaching program was never done with the intention of status or social, whatever it may be. Everything was done because of Srila Gurudev's instructions, and because we know the importance of preaching for our own spiritual advancement. It's not about advancing other people, and through preaching we better our spiritual life, and other people also better their spiritual life, because of the parampara and because of the process and because of Srila Prabhupada and Srila Gurudev. It's no direct credit is given to us, and we do not aspire for that credit. So this is a very, very, very unique thing, and that is what has kept us very honest in our preaching. There's been no opportunity. Well, there has been, actually. There's been a lot of opportunity for ego and false ego to come in the middle, but for spiritual advancement, there's been absolutely no false ego. The principle behind this is that I have seen so many devotees that have come through our program, and actually, if you look at the ISKCON Auckland Temple, I would almost half, in fact more, have actually come through our program or have come to the programs, have learnt from the programs. So that longevity is very, very, very important. Regardless of whatever happens, the following the instructions of the spiritual master, when it matters, is what is important. So that is something that I've very much learnt. It's not to say that it has been easy. It's definitely not been easy, but it has been easy because we know that we are doing what Srila Gurudev wants us to do. And my parents have received so much mercy and so much blessings, which has been passed on to me as well, and to all of you, all of the devotees in the program. You all feel the connection of Srila Gurudev. You all feel the connection of Srila Prabhupada, and it's not just words. We may, even if people may not believe it, the fact is that there is mercy, regardless of if people are feeling it or not. But the fact that you're feeling it means that you're all very sincere, which is very nice, and you're all very inspirational to all of us as well. That keeps us going. That keeps us continuing in preaching. My father would always say that it doesn't matter who comes to the program. Preaching must go on, even if no one comes to the program. And it has happened. When in the early stages of preaching, there was so many times when no one would come to the program. My mother would cook prasadam for 20, 30 people, and no one would come. So my father would do the kirtan, would do the program, by himself, with us two, me and my mom. But the principle behind it is that the preaching is for our betterment. And it is, an instruction. And preaching is the most important thing in Kali Yuga. So these are all small, these are all things that I learned growing up. And regardless of what happens, in my life, this will always, be there. And this is mercy, really. An important other thing that I had, that I've come to realize over the years is that we do not, or the principle behind, what we're taught and what Srila Gurudev's mood is that we do not impede anyone's devotional service. So, and we do not have that right to impede anyone's devotional service, regardless of how you have been reciprocated with, regardless of how people are treating you. People have come to our programs and people have gone from our programs. It's up to them. But we are not, we do not hold any ego. We do not hold any false ego. And we do not impede anyone's bhakti. It's not that once something happens, that's it. Your devotional service is over. We do not have that right. It's up to Krishna to judge. And, that separation is very, very important. And I think that's a very, very, it's much easier said than done. But ultimately, again, it boils down to the absolute surrender that my mother and father have had in Srila Gurudev, in Srila Gurudev's instructions to keep on going despite anything that happens. And, even in a material sense, longevity is very important in whatever you're doing, right? Everyone says, you fail 100 times, but you keep on going. Try to succeed. But even in devotional service, you are tested every step of the way. More so in preaching, because Lord Krishna takes a special interest in those who preach. So this it's a valuable lesson for all of us, and I take so much inspiration and so much guidance from both Ambrish Prabhuji and Purna Bhagavad Mataji, my mother and father, who've lent me this opportunity to be a part of the programs, because I also have a long way to go. But I've been given this opportunity, and I can see firsthand the presence of Maharaj and Maharaj's instructions in everything that's being done. There's no self-concoction. There's absolutely no concoction anywhere. And that's 100% factual. So once again, I'm thankful for everyone for giving their realizations. It's very nice to hear everyone speak, and very inspiring. And I hope that you continue to get the knowledge of the parampara and implement it in your lives, and because that ultimately is what is most important. And we are trying to transparently provide the knowledge that Srila Gurudev and Srila Prabhupada have given, without adding any of our own concoctions into it. Just giving everything like a specific succession, which is what Srila Prabhupada wanted. And so this is what we are trying to do. And we pray for Srila Gurudev's mercy as always. So thank you, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Krishna Samar Krishna, very nice. Thank you very much. You articulated things very well. And you also said things which I wanted to say. Very nice. That the mercy which Srila Gurudev has given us is to all of you. It is not possible that the mercy is only related to us. Because when Maharaj says preaching should go on, that means Maharaj knew that future generations are going to come. What's going to happen to them? You see? So that is how this is parampara. And the mercy of Maharaj has to flow. And we are very transparent. Similarly, the mood in which everything has to be taught should be very transparent. The moment we create a wall, make a dam, the flow of water becomes stagnant. And stagnant water is always disease. Don't do all those things. Let the water flow. This one point I have shared with so many senior devotees. who many times get very upset with the situation that happens among devotees. I said, don't, just keep flowing. Find your way. Keep moving. Water keeps flowing. Flowing water is always pure. Stagnant water is impure. You see, and don't be dependent on anybody else. Be dependent upon yourself. Yes, you will be dependent upon us, Hare Krishna. We can. That's right. But as long as you feel the presence of Maharaj in your life, and you feel the presence of Maharaj's blessings in your life, by your sincere surrender in these programs, you are safe. You see, this is the point to be understood. And that's very correctly Krishna Das said this, Very nice. We're very, very happy. All glories to all of you for your wonderful services. Hare Krishna. I think my wife wants to share something. She cannot show her face. She wanted to speak something. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you so much for your wonderful realizations. It is so blissful to hear everyone. And this is the proof, the realizations, Srila Gurudev used to say, realization. So the realizations are a proof of how sincere and how beautifully you're, incorporating Krishna consciousness in your lives. So it's very, very inspiring to hear. I have so many points. I can just keep going on, but I've just made some points and I'm going to share those. So the first thing that I remember as an instruction from Srila Gurudev was that, when I was initiated, the initiation instruction was to preach to Matajis. And then Srila Gurudev made a very clear statement that, there should be no politics. And I really sincerely tried to implement that because I think that by having no politics, what actually happened is that you can have really genuine relationships and you can help each other. You can have nice association. And Srila Gurudev's quote is there, because if you're envious, then you're actually missing out on the association. And so by being envious or talking behind the back and all those kind of things, which generally occur, I guess, that's why Srila Gurudev must have said, generally occur probably more prominently under women. I was also very fortunate to have all these wonderful Matajis who supported me in the same spirit, And I think it is a very important backbone for any program. And that helped us to actually help each other and advance in, think of advancing in our Krishna consciousness. And I think this is a thing that we always share with Mataji, is that if we are actually, what are we trying to do? We're trying to go back to Krishna. And then if you're trying to go back to Krishna, then we are also trying to practice our devotional service here. So there cannot be any duality between what you want to achieve. There's no politics in the spiritual world. So you cannot have those kind of attitudes or consciousness, here. So it's a process and it's not easy. But I think it's it was a very important instruction by Srila Gurudev, and it's helped me a lot to keep focused. This second instruction was also, no retaliation is best retaliation. And this has also helped me very, very, very much. As Krishnadas has explained, we went through, in the initial stages of our devotional service, we went through almost like a roller coaster ride. And where there is a chance for you to speak and you don't speak, I think there is a lot of value to that. And I have learned that from Srila Gurudev. where there is every chance, where there is every valid chance that you know that that you may be right, but still you don't speak. And there is a lot of power in that as well. And the power is that it teaches you a lot of things. It teaches you how to be patient. It teaches you to see Krishna's hand in everything. And it teaches you how you should not be the driver. So this one instruction, no retaliation is best retaliation, has actually helped me personally so much in my life. When I was not into Krishna consciousness, and when I was having when I was in my school or college days, also when there were certain incidences where people try to bully you or try to be not very nice with you or whatever, I always had this one strategy that I used to just ignore. And I felt like when you ignore, it's a very powerful tool, because if you ignore, then it actually affects the other person. It doesn't affect you, because that other person who's trying to disturb you is getting more and more disturbed themselves. And it really worked very well, and it helped me to keep peace of mind. But going further in my spiritual life, this no retaliation is best retaliations helped me also to implement in my practical life. It's not it's very, very difficult sometimes not to speak when you should be speaking. And I'm not saying that you don't stand up for your rights or anything like that, but there are certain matters, especially spiritual matters, where it has to be approached in a very matured way. So I'm talking about that. The other thing was, Srila Gurudev always said that the first introduction of my son, Krishna, Samarpan Krishna Prabhu to Srila Gurudev was by him reciting shlokas, and Srila Gurudev was very pleased about that. And he was 2 or 3 years old. And then Srila Gurudev instructed that, he should go on reciting the shlokas. And this is very, very, very important for children. It's very good for children. It increases their memory. And it also makes them, like this, not only intelligent, but spiritual intelligence also. And we very much wanted to impress Srila Gurudev. So we just kind of followed it. And we also would recite. And then Krishna Das is reciting. And I remember when we were used to go for his in his school for parent-teacher interview. This is not a Hare Krishna school, but a school outside, or like just a normal school. I remember his teacher, and his teacher, who was quite old by age, he said that, I don't know what you feed him. He's just, his memory is just super. And this is when he must be like, I don't know, Krishna Das must be 13 or something. I don't know what was your age when you went to Avendale College. So around that time. And so I have seen it that, this is practically possible. And this I have also told my near and dear ones, my very close sister, and she's implemented that with her own children, and she's experiencing that as well. And then, my other cousins also. So I think for anyone who has children, that is, I'm sure the Matajis in the Namata program, they're also following that, and it has benefited the children a lot. The other instruction was, in trying to save your face, don't kill your soul. Now, this also was very, very, very important, because there is a very, very thin line between, you're trying to show something, and your devotional service should not be show business. It should not be show business. You're doing the most disservice to your own self. And I think that instruction also has helped me a lot, that it is not important what you are showing, how you are showing what you are, because ultimately the truth comes out, So just be yourself. And there are struggles. Everybody goes through ups and downs. That is the nature of material world. And sometimes you have to just accept and move on. So that's also another very practical instruction of Srila Gurudev, which has helped me a lot. The other thing I also have learned is how one should not be cheated, which is very, very, easy to be cheated in this material world by so many different people. So Srila Prabhupada and Srila Gurudev, they've given us a tool how not to be cheated. Another very personal realization I want to share with all of you is about the devotional service. So I remember Mataji also mentioning, how Mataji used to do it. Actually, even I don't know how I used to do it. But I know one thing, it's like a secret that I want to share. And the secret is that if you really, really want to do devotional service, then you have to pray very sincerely. You have to aspire. You can pray to Krishna that the facility is made available to you to be able to do the devotional service. And then you have to just do it. And that just do it part I've learned from my Prabhuji, because he's a very action person. So I've seen this with Srila Gurudev also in Rajkot when we stayed, that sometimes people think a lot about how we should open a school. So we should do this, we should do that. There's a lot of talking, and actually nothing, no action, or late action. But Srila Gurudev just started doing things. And even in WECAN, the programs have learned that my Prabhuji used to have his strategy and planning and everything, but the action was very fast. So I think that is very important. Just do it. Don't wait for things to happen, everything to be perfect so you can start your devotional service. That will never happen. You start your devotional service and then everything will be perfect. That can happen. And I think that is the secret, that if you pray, then even you cannot imagine what you can do, and you will be able to do those things. Just be sincere, just follow the Guru Shishya Parampara, and nothing can stop you then. So yeah, I can go on and on, but I just want to stop here. Hare Krishna.
Jai Hare Krishna. There are plenty of things to be shared, personal realizations, but very nice. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Yes, it's our journey in Krishna consciousness. And yes, anyone likes to wait for 10 more seconds. If anyone wants to share their realizations, please, we encourage. Or if somebody wants to share again, some realization of theirs. No. Okay, Hare Krishna. All right, thank you very much. We come to the conclusion of today's program then. Hari Bol. And hope those devotees who couldn't join us today would also watch the program and get inspired from everyone. I'm sure they also had something to share, which we miss out on getting inspired for some other time. Krishna willing. Hare Krishna. Okay, now whose turn is it to sing Maharaj, Maharaj, please hear us? Is it my turn?
It's my turn, Prabhuji.
And who is you, Prabhuji? Kaun hai aap ji?
Madhav.
Oh, Madhav ji. Hare Krishna, Madhav ji. कैसे हैं आप जी?
Very good.
Very nice. आपका हेयर स्टाइल चेंज हो गया? हाँ, हेयर स्टाइल क्या चेंज हो गया भाई? हेयर कट हो गया? Oh, you had a haircut. Very nice, very nice. Okay, Madhav ji, sing very nicely with a lot of actions. Okay, 1, 2, 3, start.
Maharaj, Maharaj, please hear us.
Maharaj, Maharaj, please hear us.
We have learned some real good stuff.
We have learned some real good stuff.
Maharaj, we have learned one thing.
Maharaj, we have learned one thing.
And today for you we will sing.
And today for you we will sing.
If our room is clean.
If our room is clean,
Then our mind is clean.
then our mind is clean.
If our mind is clean,
If our mind is clean,
we can do anything.
we can do anything.
If our room is dirty,
If our room is dirty,
then so are we.
then so are we.
And if we are dirty,
And if we are dirty,
we're not happy.
we're not happy.
Wasting time
Wasting time
is the greatest crime,
is the greatest crime,
because wasted time
because wasted time
means a wasted mind.
means a wasted mind.
So best is your time
The best use your time
when you're in your prime,
when you're in your prime,
and your whole life
and your whole life
will be sublime.
will be sublime.
If your wealth is gone,
If your wealth is gone,
then there's nothing wrong.
then there is nothing wrong.
But if your health is gone,
But if your health is gone,
that's a different
then
song.
that's a different song.
If your character dies,
Yes, if your character dies,
then the world will cry.
then the world will cry.
Only saintly behavior,
Only saintly behavior,
that's humanity die.
that humanity die.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
We must always remember Krishna
We must always remember Krishna
and never forget him too.
and never forget him too.
But how are we to practice this? There's so many things to do.
But how are we to practice this with so many things to do?
But that is the greatest question.
That is the greatest question.
And here's the greatest clue.
And here's the greatest clue.
You must learn to look so nicely that Krishna remembers you.
You must learn to work so nicely that Krishna remembers you.
So listen very closely
So listen very closely
and make your thinking sharp.
and make your thinking sharp.
Let's learn how we can live and work so Krishna won't depart.
Let's learn how we can live and work so Krishna won't depart.
If something's due tomorrow,
If something due tomorrow,
finish it today.
finish it today.
Whatever's due today,
Whatever's due today,
do it now, don't delay.
do it now, don't delay.
Your friends might be lazy
Your friends might be lazy
or doing bad things,
or doing bad things.
but you think again,
But you think again,
don't follow them,
don't follow them,
and you will win the
and
end.
you will win the end.
Whatever work we're given,
Whatever work we're given,
we do our very best.
we do our very best.
We only live with what we need and give Krishna the rest.
We only live with what we need and give Krishna the rest.
And this is how to live. We work and to play. You learn to live this way. You'll see Krishna every day.
This is how to live, to work and to play. You learn to live this way, you'll see Krishna every day.
And when our time is up, he'll take us above. We'll sing and dance to him with a heart full of love.
And when our time is up, you'll take us up above. We'll sing and dance with him with a heart full of love.
So chant Krishna's name, his glories and his fame is the only way this world will ever become sane.
So chant Krishna's name, his glories and his fame. It's the only way this world will ever become sane.
Now please ask this greatest question.
Now please ask this greatest question.
And find this greatest clue.
And find this greatest clue.
You can only remember Krishna.
You can only remember Krishna.
If Krishna remembers you.
If Krishna remembers you.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
जय गुरुदेव श्री महाविष्णु गोस्वामी महाराज श्री गुरुदेव की जय। जगत गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्री निताई गौर चंद्र प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण भक्त हनुमान की जय। So tomorrow everybody enjoy the installation of the deity of Lord Ramchandra after 500 years, the rightful place of his birth. जय श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण भक्त हनुमान की जय। श्री कौशल्य माता दशरथ महाराज की जय। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम। Okay, Krishna willing, we'll see you next week, same place, same time. Till then, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Bol. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Ram. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Ram. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.